Right. And away we go. Well, that's not depressing at all. There we go. So, I think Dark Vision doesn't need to be in the combat tracker anymore, but we won't worry about that. Okay, so I do believe you did dispatch the kobold that was not very alive anymore. You just made him deader than he already was. You made all the giant mosquitoes fly away. And equipment-wise, all he has on him is a small spear, a sling, and a kobold-sized light leather tunic.
Well, that's bloody well not going to fit me, is it?
Not really.
Jelsa isn't going to wear anything that a kobold touched.
Okay.
Forever.
I do believe you wanted to push on till you reached the lake, didn't you?
Yes, that was the idea.
So that will be final hour. So basically, you walk out of the trees and you find yourself looking on. I've forgotten the name of the lake. I did actually have it somewhere. Oh well. Droskar, I think. Droskar Lake, I seem to recall. But anyway, not far from the edge of the forest-shrouded lake, a fox with large ears and bright orange fur lies bleeding, its hindquarters caught fully in the jaws of a crude iron trap.
Yeah, Bird is almost immediately there.
Ookie dookie. So the fox is lying on the grassy shore of the lake, some 4 yards from the water and about 20 yards from the forest.
I'll leave it. Can't you see Bugger's dead?
And it's howling its head off in pain.
Wow.
It may not realise it yet, but it bloody well is.
While Arena's burning up all her bennies trying to heal it, can I use my cantrip to just tell it that we're here to help it to not panic?
Indeed. Okay. So I haven't actually heard Irina say anything, so she's talking. Her mic isn't working, so I'm paranoid now. Also, Irina doesn't appear to have any bennies. Oh, she just spent all her bennies. Yeah. I just watched her spend.
She just spent all her bennies. For some reason, the USB mic isn't working. I happen to use one on my laptop, and it's all been a bit weird. I'm trying to make it work, but every time I switch to that mic, it decides that Discord can't receive anything.
Ah. Okie dokie. Well, obviously, Irina's obviously running over to heal the fox, and it takes 3 goes, and she successfully. Well, the problem is, I will actually say, I mean, you cast healing on the fox, but it is going to still be trapped in the iron trap, of course. So anyway, although I will say, because I know you've already spent the benny, so this is what I was trying to do. What I'm trying to say is, until you get it out of the trap, obviously healing it won't necessarily do much good because it's still got large fangs of metal digging into it. So
yeah, that's one of the first things Bert does. He goes over there and starts pulling it apart.
Okay.
With athletics or strength?
Strength. Okay, you pop it apart, and I'm going to be really nice and let Irina just basically pretend she rolled a 9 from the start. So at this point, we shall say you've healed it. At which point, the arrow hits Irina, causing a wound, potentially.
Yeah, that fox was bait.
It's kind of going to, because she's not got any Benny.
Yes. I've reset them all.
Oh, you just
Yes.
had your Benny's reset.
Because
Oh, yes, your Benny's reset.
I was being nice.
That won't come back to bite you in the ass.
Nope. Hey, where's the image? Okay, so that's absolutely fine. That is a soak, which is actually a 4. That's still a soak. So obviously some sixth sense warns you of imminent danger and you avoid the arrow as it shoots out of the tree line. Oh, and Jelsa. Well, look, everyone gets a penny anyway. Jelsa. You got the Joker. What do you want to do? So, somewhere in the tree line the shot did come from, and if I ever actually find anything that looks like the map I was planning to use, I'll be very happy.
Did you see the direction that the shot came from? I mean,
along the tree line by the river. Yeah, let's try lake instead of river. I can't find anything. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Oh, I do have an encounter for it. That's what I thought. I should have remembered. Hang on a second. Sorry. So let's put the party on the map like so. Arena and Bert are by the trap. Stuckums will say is with Bert. We'll put Dundad and Rannick and Goodfella and you still inside the tree line. And then I want to go back to assets and I want to go to tokens and I want to go I forgot what he is. Oh, okay. So from your perspective, Irina got shot in that direction.
well, since we have no idea what it is or how many it is, just where it's coming from, I'm gonna take a second to call my fireflies to protect me.
Be my guest.
And that's without the, so that's just regular protection.
I have lost. Have I not turned it on?
There, let me know, and then I'm gonna head towards the trees to see if I can get
Show
a better look
generators
at what
off.
that is.
Okay. I'm going to spend a penny on that. That's still not very good. Make a notice check, please, as you move along the tree line.
Are we in forest, Kev, by any chance?
Yes.
Did you deal me 2 cards?
No, because you didn't tell me you were in forest.
Uh,
You didn't tell me to deal you 2 cards.
Well, I had to check with you if we were in forest first, and our mic's being weird. But yeah, I went up 2 whole spaces.
So I'm just rereading the description. There appears to be somebody up a tree. Make a common knowledge check.
This won't go well.
It looks from the limited view you can see, because they're up a tree and quite trying to conceal themselves. But from your estimation is it's a hobgoblin.
I only see one, but I'm aware there's more than one, or it's only one.
That's all you can see. One hobgoblin up a tree.
scream out, "Oh, hobgoblins!" So the rest will know. And then I'll.
One hobgoblin up a tree. SHUTING.
Neighbourhood's changed.
Good fella.
If I run up here, can you see where I want to run?
Oh, you can certainly give it a shot.
Back up the trail, will I have line of sight on the hobgoblin in the tree?
Hopefully, yeah.
So I'm going to run to there, and then I'm going to shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm just trying to find something and I can't find it. Got everything and anything and everything except what I want. Oh well, just have to do it the boring way. Really? Oh, that's depressing. Okay. As you go running up to there, you see a very fast-moving black cloud flying across the lake towards everyone.
Well, that can't be good.
By all means, you can give the guy. You can have a pop at the chap. You take aim with your crossbow and miss.
I'm going to try one Benny on that to see if I can't do better, but that's all I'm going to waste time.
Okie dokie. You hit. Hang on. Yes, you do.
That'll do.
Roll that damage.
Hey, quit shooting at us, dick.
That didn't work. That's what I'm after. Maybe that's what I need to look for very, very quickly. Oh no. Okay, 3 wounds. 3 bloody wounds. How the hell did you roll that ridiculously well? That's better. No, it's not. Aha, that's more like it. Took all my pennies, but okay. You fire out, your bolt hits the tree right next to the guy. He's very upset by that. Tondrad.
Don't have a ranged weapon. You are indeed a dick and a wee Sassenach, and I'm going to jump on your bones. Hey-o! Fails.
Hey, Dundrad, I didn't know they had bardic training.
Well, clearly I didn't. He wasn't impressed by it. I was going to try and scare him a bit. Apparently not. He's probably deaf. Probably that was actually probably really good and really intimidating. He was just too deaf to hear it.
Arena shapeshifts into a dog.
Indeed, I just noticed. Okay. So that would
Terrier, because they're the scariest dogs of all. You're thinking of Greyhound. Red Setter?
About a Pekingese.
Combat
Really scary. Them damn little chihuahuas. Gotta watch out for them mean little. Anyway, just not mention
or a fruit dog. Dogs have a pace of 8, I think.
It's really surreal, the absolute silence. I'm so used to Kirsten's cheerful voice as she's role-playing. Absolute silence is disconcerting. It's not your fault. It's the crap technology you're being provided with.
Not if in doubt, blame me.
Exactly. I would not worry. Okay, so you've registered today. Unless you're doing anything else, please end your turn. Because I don't want to cause accidental usage up of people's Rannick.
Since Rannick can't see where this... Well, can't see the hobgoblin, but can see people moving towards him. Rannick is going to draw his bastard sword and ready his shield. And then charge headlong in his general direction.
Of course, you ignore...
I ignore all kinds of difficult terrain, not just in forests. And if I can reach him, since when I get there, I will try and whack him with my bastard sword.
Okay.
If I can't, I'll do something else.
You need to have... Hang on, let's work this one out. A yard, isn't it? 1 inch is 1 yard, which is 6 feet.
1 inch is 2 yards.
2 yards, which is 6 feet anyway.
Yeah.
6 feet. So you need a range 2 weapon to reach him.
That's fine. In that case, as I get out of the edge of the woods there and can see him, I'm going to shout up at him, "Get down here, the cowardly bastard!" And I'll even spend a penny on it.
And if you targeted him, I wouldn't have to roll it manually.
Sorry.
You have to save.
Oh, that's a shame.
But there's black clouds flying across low and fast across the lake towards you now, Bert.
Yeah. Is it roughly human size? Is it bigger than that? Is it smaller than that?
About the size of a medium burst template.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid you would say. Black cloud. Okay, in that case, Bert is going to start by stepping forward to here. He is going to cast Entangle. We are going to have to do the increased range because he's out of range. So 2, 3. I'm going to add Fatigue, 5. We'll stop there. So let me just entangle him for 5. And I put let's see. There it is. Bound. No, he's just entangled. Toughness 8. Blink. Okay. And you'll have to put the fatigue on him. And then he glances over his shoulder at Snookums and says, Snookums, fetch.
Okay.
Bert, how's he pretty well going to get down out a tree when you've done that to him?
Snookums knows how to pace himself, so he will get to there. And that will be our turn.
Snookums did make the mistake of running past the gnome who wants to ride him, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't appear to be able to accept that move. What the hell? What's going on? When I finally clicked on it, it put a medium burst template on the map up. That's really surreal.
It heard you talking about it.
Okay. Let's just...
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yes, we do.
Tavis, can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What was that?
We changed to my computer instead of Tavis's, and with this exactly the same camera microphone setup, mine can deal with it and his can't.
Oh well, there we go. Is yours newer or his? Whose is newer?
Mine.
Yeah, there you go. That's the problem. See. Right,
It is a USB 2 camera, and I think actually most of my slots are USB 3.
I'm definitely going to downgrade your volume because, God, I've got a headache and you two are cutting through my skull like butter. It's not your fault. Okay, Mr. Okay, he is entangled, so he is going to try and cut himself free. Doing 8 points of damage, which he does.
Well, stop a tree.
He doesn't do 9 points of damage because dice don't explode when you're dealing with toughness. But anyway, but he cuts himself free. Okay, so that'll be 4 inches to there. 5. That gets to there. It appears to be a large swarm of... I know the icon is bats, but it's actually razor crows.
For you.
Black feathered birds are coming to the Vale. So there we go. Second round of interesting things. Oh, last but no means least, the fox will run away from the razor crows, bringing us to Rannick.
Okay. Well, he's up a tree. He's up a tree and he's got himself free. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to climb with this sword and shield, so I'm going to drop the sword and shield, climb up the tree high enough that I can grab his ankle and pull him out the tree.
That'd be athletics.
Okie doke. Is that going to be multi-actioning, or how high up is he?
He's 10 feet off the ground.
He's 10 feet off the ground. So is that going to be multi-action to get the couple of feet up I need to be able to reach him and then grapple him as well? Or is that my movement to climb up a little bit?
I'm trying to work out who... It's telling me that the red and black jokers were dealt on that round of combat.
Really?
That's why you think confused.
Sorry, basically 2 square brackets got the red joker and 2 square brackets got the black joker.
How weird.
That is weird, because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Climbing. Climbing uses athletics. Well, under stress during combat, you must roll athletics to make progress. Success means you move normally. Failure means you don't make any progress. Critical failure, you fall. So, rules of movement.
Movement is a free action, so that'll be won't count for multi-action. So I managed to fly.
Each of movement spent climbing or crawling or swimming uses 2 inches of pace. So you will only be able to get you would only be able to climb 3 inches around, which is 18 feet. So you can reach him.
Yeah, I don't want to go the full distance. I only want to go kind of 3 feet, grab his foot, and then yank him down. So that's enough to get up there, and then I will do an opposed athletics to grapple and pull him out of the tree. I think I'll be bennying that. I think better than a 5 would be good. That'll do.
I think you can
That's
stop there.
better than a 5.
I would like him to land on the ground in a lovely vulnerable state, if that's possible, please.
Which is why he's shaken, because obviously he lands hard.
Yeah. I'm bloody well stare down, you bastard.
How was this one? Something disgusting.
Dondrad.
Rondra.
Yeah, that works.
Use my mouse.
Selection is smart spaced. It's 2 inches. 4 inches. We will move to there. And I'm going to cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people deflection. So I'm going to bless them. It's a raise.
So that means it affects both melee and ranged.
Why?
So I can...
Why?
Your whisper, not what you're saying out loud.
Because while I'm in the forest, I get to draw an extra card for initiative.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, fair enough.
And that will automate it.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. I couldn't work it out. That's why I was like, "You're not a fighter. A level head isn't a combat edge anyway, is it?" Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so what was the question? You're casting bless on him, are you?
No, I'm casting bless on. I've got him targeted. I'm going to cast it on Irina, Snookums, Jelsa, and myself.
Well, you see, I'm very confused because you targeted the bad guy and then cast bless. Hence my confusion.
I think that's the breed of fox.
There you go. What we could do is we can go. There you go. All those people.
Okie dokie. Well, that was. You got the raise. That's melee at deflection. Are you going for ranged or melee? Deflection, because you choose. It's one or t'other. It's not both.
If you get the raise, you get both. If you get a success, you choose. If you get a raise, you get both.
So I'll have both then, please.
Because it only goes as far as -2. You don't get a -4 on a raise. You get the other one as well on a raise.
There's no +4.
Okay, so I need to remove those. Let me do that while I remember.
That was on the list.
Yeah, that's a different from normal Savage Worlds.
Yeah, but I obviously misread it.
So does that mean say we need a 3 different deflection effects?
No, only 2.
No, 3. One if you got just range, one if you got just melee, and one if you got the raise for both.
Or you just have 2 and apply both to everybody, like I just did.
Okay.
Fine, do it the easy way.
Okay, yeah, right. We're just thinking it, so.
It's like a lot of the other ones. It's like when you start thinking like that, it starts getting out of hand. It's like on some of the others. It's like some of it. It's like, oh well, you need a power for this, and this. It's like, no, you don't. You just basically put the standard one on and increase the numbers manually. It's easier than that. I'd rather, you know what I mean? I'd rather. It's like It's
the boost trait works. Boost trait instead of having 5.
Exactly. Yeah, boost trait is a perfect example. There's one effect. Can you imagine boost trait power if you had to do every skill and every bloody thing on it? It'd be a nightmare. Okay, so deflection melee applied to everyone, but deflection ranged hasn't. So let's do that. Ooh, that's interesting. Have I got a bug?
That's melee and ranged.
Yes, I know. It is an interesting bug. Maybe okay. I take it back. I do need one for both, because if you've got one on, it won't let you apply the other one. It would appear.
And that's what it looks like.
Well, it's saying it's doing it, but it's not. If that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Dondrad has now got both on.
That's because I'm adding them manually.
Ah, right. Okay. It won't do it on the click unless it's a separate one.
Yeah, so I'll have to do it. I'll change it to both then. So I'll get rid. I've got rid of deflection rate. Okay, so then I'll just have effects, deflection, raise, dot label, colon, at melee -2, comma, at ranged. Actually, no, just attack -2 is all I need there, isn't it?
Yeah.
For that one. For both of them, yeah. And then this becomes deflection raise. Sorry, guys, but I thought it's much better if I actually do them on the fly, because then I don't forget. Okay, so that's deflection fixed for next time. And then you can end your turn when you're done.
Right, okay, and then go to raise, I suppose.
Right. The Razor Swarm arrives. Looks like they're a really vicious Razor Swarm so far. Seems to be lots of extra exploded dice all over the place.
Just take you quite badly, did.
Okay, so at the end, so basically, Irina, Snookums, Dondrad, Bert, and Jelsa are swarmed by the Razor Crows. They're flying around, biting and pecking and cawing all over the place.
Oh, get off.
So Dondrad is okay. Jelsa was unharmed. Arena just got a 10. Bert was unharmed. Oh, I think that's everyone, isn't it? Okay, that brings us to Grun Knife Tongue, who recovers from being shaken, stands up from being prone, so he's no longer lying down. Draws a hand axe and attacks Rannick. Oh no, you're up a tree, aren't you?
No, I only went like up a little bit, grabbed his foot and yanked him down onto the ground.
Fair enough. He
And
hacks.
picked the weapons again.
He hacks at you as he's lying. As he's picking himself up, he hacks at you with a hand axe, hitting.
Okay.
What happened there? He hit. He didn't get the raise, and then he did absolutely crap damage.
Good. He's not in cover anymore now either, is he?
Right. And then he runs.
In which case, I'll hit him.
Yeah, I know you might.
Cowardly bastard. I'll not bother using my reroll on that.
I'm going to have to make a bloody forest map. I'm going to have to make this bloody map bigger, aren't I? I can see.
Does he ignore difficult terrain as well?
Yes.
Booger.
No.
Victor.
Okay. Oh dear, I've killed Fancy Grounds again. Jelsa.
Can I move away, or because it's attacked us as a group, it's melee?
Basically, right, swarms are quite. Yeah, it's a swarm, so it's basically it just it automatically damages. Oh, Snookums was shaken. I forgot to apply that. Let's remind myself how swarms actually work. Swarms stop inflicting the swarm baby before. I don't seem to have all the rules of swarms anymore. Have they changed them? You can, I believe you can just. I think at the start of your turn you take damage, don't you, on a swarm? Or is it at the end? Yeah, I think it's at the start of your turn.
It's the end of the swarm's turn, isn't it?
No, I think it's quite nasty. As soon as you enter a swarm, you used to take damage, and I think the idea is you take damage at the start of your turn before you move. So if you move out the swarm, they do get to get you as you leave or something. Hang on, I'm just checking.
It's cool that's actually playing Savage Worlds and not knowing the rules. It's quite like enlightening.
Dear. Someone's being naughty, I take it.
Oh, yes.
I think they've changed swarms. But swarms inflict hundreds of tiny bites, hitting automatically and causing 2d4 damage to everyone in the template. Damage applied to the least armoured locations. Some swarms fit smaller swarms when wounded in the burst template. Because the swarm is composed, I think they've slightly subtly changed them. So yeah, I think anyone in their area of effect on their turn takes damage. Because in the old days, it used to be a case of as soon as you moved into a swarm's area of effect, you took damage. So that was the nasty thing about swarms. You used to take damage trying to, moving in to attack a swarm. Because they just swarm all over you.
So, because I had already attacked and I didn't take any damage, can I step away or will it attack me again? That's all I'm trying to clarify here.
Well, that's the thing. According to the rules, it doesn't say, but I'm sure I do remember Cliff explaining how nasty swarms were ages ago, but I can't see anything in the rules to contradict. So for now, you could just move out of it.
Now, swarms are really nasty because you use them to do tests and then the damage is automatic afterwards.
Well, swarms can't perform tests or be affected
Can't
by
they?
swarms can't
just
perform
gonna-
tests or be affected by tests.
That's strange. They used to be able to do that.
I didn't take any damage. I'm going to dodge off to the side because I was on the edge.
Yeah.
And then I need to move.
Razor claws aren't intelligent enough to do anything, but maybe it's just this one. Well, it depends on what's swarming, doesn't it? These aren't intelligent enough to do anything but move, bite, or claw, and shouldn't take multi-actions, make tests, etc.
Mm.
I'm spending the extra points to make the damage selected.
Yep, that I figured that might be the case when I saw what you were doing.
No, technically, she should still do full damage because it's an area of attack.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if nothing else, it fries half of them. I don't care. I've got to split them apart. Something, drive them off. So it doesn't let me target it. So
I already did for you. But I think you did it just before.
I might be on top of its token, actually. Come to think it.
So it's 15 damage to the swarm. Which doesn't really matter because the most you can do is... Okay, so basically you hit the swarm with your fireworks.
ooh, look at them sparkle. And then I'll move back just a little bit more.
God, I really dislike... Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, this is so painful sometimes. So, so obviously the middle mouse will resize tokens, but it will also resize maps. So when you're trying to resize a token on the map, it's a right pain in the bottom. Because sometimes it will decide you're trying to resize the token, and other times it will decide you're trying to resize the... There we go. And then that has to go on the map. Oh, fuck's sake. And that one has to go on the map. There we go. Okay. They split it. The razor claw, with dozens of the razor claws burning and falling to the ground, they split into two smaller swarms. That brings us to Arena, who may be off telling someone off at the moment.
Well, she'll be going woof 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 at the moment. She's a dog.
Yes.
Can't cast spells.
How high off the ground are they?
All over the place. Flying up, down and everywhere. You do strength damage per turn just to stomp some. That's the only way to deal with a swarm without area of effects.
Okay. I'll jump into them and snap necks with my jaws and spit them out.
Okay, what
I have
is
no
your,
idea what you want me to roll.
is your modified strength?
I haven't got a modified strength.
In that case, it's just roll your strength. Just make us. That's how much damage you do to the swarm.
What I mean is we haven't done the alterations yet, but there you go.
7 points of damage on a swarm.
Strength D6.
Just haven't had the time to do all the possible shape change things yet.
Which swarm are you going for? Because you haven't moved.
Sorry.
That's okay. That one. So you went for Razor Swarm 3. You shake Razor Swarm 3. I still think you're supposed to take damage when you enter a swarm, but I can't find it anymore.
But it depends what it says in Pathfinder. So.
Doesn't say anything. It doesn't actually say anything in Swade. The way I've always been doing swarms is basically based on what I read many, many years ago in the original Pinnacle forums, not the redone Pinnacle forums.
I'm deliberately not looking up stuff because obviously it's no point in looking at core rules because
they are identical. Anyway. They're identical. The rules for swarms are identical.
Are they?
Do you know what? I'm going to keep swarms being as evil flippers as they were in the old days. So as Arena swarms into the... Because they're flying around everywhere. So as Arena, you shake the swarm, and in return, as they bite and claw you and everything else, they cause a wound on you.
Fine.
I'm just going to keep them as nasty as they were before until we know different. But...
Okay, Bert is going to. What is Bert going to do? The guy ran off. You know what? Bert is going to swing his sword. He's got a falchion. It's a nice big sword with a flat, nice wide blade. So he's just going to swing that around at. Let me see. Let's swing it at swarm number 3, I think.
In that case, just roll strength.
I don't get to use my weapon in that as well. It's just strength.
All you could do against swarms is use area effect or stomp on things, which is strength damage. That's because there are lots of really small things. So I'm afraid you stomp and blap and everything else. Did you say swarm number 3?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So you have to wade in. So you stomp and smack and blap them and. Unfortunately, at the end, I mean, you kill lots of them, but not enough to do any damage. Not enough to ouch. Not enough to disperse them. However, they do cut and bite at you quite a lot.
Well, fine.
I think the way thinking of in well. Wonderful. Do I actually get pings when people are whispering to me now? That's interesting. But soaks the damage. Snookums is no longer shaken.
Now, Snookums has got a pounce ability. It says whenever they wild attack, he gets +4 instead of +2. Can Snookums wild attack against these things?
No. Unfortunately, I don't think you can.
There was some weird echoey stuff. Try that again.
Because the swarm is composed of hundreds or thousands of creatures, cutting and piercing weapons don't deal real damage. Area effects works normally. The character can stomp to inflict his damage and strength around. Swarms usually fall by jumping in water unless they're aquatic pests such as piranhas. So yeah, if you dive into the lake, the swarm can't get you.
Okay, it said slashing and piercing, but his paws are blunt.
And claws are piercing, really, aren't they?
But he's not using his claws; he's using his paws. I mean, a cat knocks a bird out with just his paws.
Yeah. Go on then.
I mean, I'm okay out the way. I'm just
No. All right. It's an interesting one. Who's giving me back feed? It's an interesting one. Oh, it's that bloody mic. It's giving me back feed now. Anyway, yeah, go for it. I don't mind. Not having a go at you. I'm just fed up with technology today. I've had a really crap day with technology.
and that would have been against number 2.
Against number 2. That's not a hit with a race. It was meant to be damage, which would shake it. Okay. Good.
That will be Snookum's turn.
Good for
go ahead and roll for Snookum's damage.
Well, actually, I think about it. You shook him, and so actually you get.
Okay, I'll take it.
But thinking about it, also, Arena did shake. Arena shook the other one, so if it was shaken, it can't inflict damage on you. Which again, see, swarms. The more I think about them, swarms don't make sense. I can't get my head around them. I'm gonna have to see if I can find the original rules.
Yeah, they're supposed to. You take the damage on their turn.
Yeah, I think so too. But you used to take damage. But
whether they're shaken or not, they still do the damage.
Yeah, but the point was, if you moved into them after their action, you used to take damage because otherwise you could move in and move out without taking damage. So,
the catch is if you're higher up in the initiative, then you move in, they take damage, and then it's their turn and they damage you again, which means they would hit you twice per round.
Yeah, that was how they used to be. No, but that's the thing. The swarms were really nasty. I remember.
Yeah.
Entering a swarm meant you took the damage, and then on their go you took the damage. That's how it was in the forums, but I can't find it anywhere. So I can't find anything that confirms or denies it anymore. So I think no. From now on, you can cheat with swarms. You can move in and get, as long as you get to go before they do. Anyway, it's good fella. Shut up. I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that in a nasty way. Just let's let good fella have his say. Mr. Goodfella, sir.
Yes, sir.
Unless you've nodded off, which I know you'll want to sometimes. Hello? I'm going to put him on hold. I'll put him on hold. Right. Yes. Right. I think I agree. From now on, swarms will just damage on their turn. It's an area of effect jobby. It's automatic. Rannick, over to you, sir.
Right, he's a little too far away for me to get him without running, so I'm going to have to run. And with that, I will get round in front of him. Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? And I'll whack him with my bastard sword. He's a humanoid, so I'll re-roll that. And I'm even going to spend a penny on it because I do not like the look of him. Is he really? He's really got a cover bonus still.
No.
In which case, I hit him with the second one, because he's not got a cover bonus.
Yeah, equals his party.
Yeah, but cover light -2 equals 3, missed parry 5, but I did get a 5, so I've actually hit him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He equals his party, so you have.
So I will just roll damage then.
God knows what he's saying, though.
You shake him. Okay, he's shaken. Doing anything else?
I was just typing a response to him, and then I will go and end by because it's got to be in Goblin. Only those that know Goblin can understand it.
That's absolutely fine. By all means, of course, talking is a free action, so by all means, finish typing your response.
It's already there. Hopefully, you can see it.
Oh yeah. All right.
Return to form.
Okay.
Well, elf form.
Yeah.
Cast these spells, forms, no problem.
Hmm?
Cast these spells, forms, no problem.
Don't need to.
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh, basically, Irene, as you come running over towards the fox, it comes running over and snuffles up against you.
I think I'm going to spend my time with the fox. In fact, we understand each other, or at least.
No, you don't.
Hang on. We understand each other.
Indeed. Oh, well, there you go. The fox is very happy to see you and basically seems to think you're knows you're friendly and basically seems to just seems very friendly.
You'll need to unshake.
So everybody in this party's at what, other than just roughly 6 foot tall? So my little 3-foot me is going to run over here. Go, don't worry, I'll save you.
Woohoo.
I hate the way these cones work now. I can't make them spin.
You have to use the word. You have to use cone to make them spin. Actually, you click on the word cone to make it spin now.
And I will do the selective again. Of course.
Yep. Where's the forehead? I need the forehead. The drugs aren't working. Let's try the forehead instead. I think forehead works because your brain's too busy going, why is my forehead burning, to notice you've got a headache anymore.
2. And swarm 3.
I need another I need another language for Irina. Oh yeah, that'll work because I'm sure no one else has got that apart from you. That's the fox, by the way. Oh, Jill understands that as well, but she shouldn't. But anyway. Okay, toughness 10. Oh, that's it. Both the razor claw swarms are destroyed.
And then also wrinkles up her nose because, well, if I were pretty, the smell of burnt feathers really sucks.
There you go, Sparkles.
Okay, so I've just realised I broke something. So I need to make a quick change because I broke something.
And Rannick and Goodfella are back in the woods watching all these fireworks go off. They're probably enjoying the show because they're not here helping.
Well, indeed. Is Goodfella with us, or is he still AFK? I think he's still AFK. When you're happy and finished, please end your turn, Jilsa. But
well, it looks like everything's taken care of. I am unable to chase that guy down if he's running through that forest stuff. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it done.
Like Snookum should fetch. Well, I'm running after the bastard. Yeah, I'm still going to kick your head in.
Oh, he didn't go the direction I thought he
Before
went.
we... He's going to unshake.
He is indeed. And do you have a response for what he just said to you, Rannick?
Oh.
I yell out, I go, whoa, watch them words there, buddy boy. I see goblin.
You're on hold. You can go. You can go when you want.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. I put you on
I
hold.
speak goblin, so I tell him, man, watch your words. There's ladies present.
Bed.
And how long I can take how long does it take to reload a crossbow, Kevin?
What's it? What? Well, you could have done
It says
that.
one. And it says one. Is that the whole turn?
One action.
And I have 3 actions.
Indeed.
I'm gonna move forward, reload, and shoot him.
Okay. So that'll count as 2 actions.
I'm trying to work out if... Have you taken off my PowerPoints, by the way?
No.
Okay. Cool.
I did put the 5 on you got for the hour's walk to the rivers to the lake earlier though.
Oh, that's kind. Thanks.
Sorry, did we gain power points for the hour walk?
Yeah, but you got 5 back. But I think you were at full before for that hour's walk. You only cast since, haven't you?
Aye. It's okay, it doesn't make a great deal of difference. It's only 8.
Roll that damage.
Watch what that's doing, good fella. He can't apologise if he's dead.
Well, we'll know he meant it, though.
So,
Bastard.
before he can respond, he just collapses with a crossbow bolt in his back. The fox looks at you, Arena, and goes, "I stay with you."
If you want to, you're welcome to.
What does the fox say?
So I need to open up Irina's character sheet. I have to go to the main tab, and I add the Dark Moon Farfoot, which is the breed of fox apparently. Although they call it a fennec as well, I noticed later on. I think somewhere halfway through they've changed the name, and then somewhere else they didn't. Yeah, you have an ally now, Irina. It's been added to your character sheet.
Thank you.
You can obviously rename. I'm not even sure if it's a him or her. That could be your call. But anyway,
Thank you.
that's okay.
I'll probably just be completely and utterly focused on my new friend for the rest of the night.
I don't know where I got that token from. It's a nice token.
Yes. Farthing wood, maybe?
Well, let's have a look at this dead hobgoblin then.
The dead hobgoblin. I'm gonna have to. Well, did I? He's. Oh, yes. What I'm realising is I do need to go back through this adventure And create bloody parcels for every bloody PC in the world. Did I create one for him? No, because I hadn't noticed he actually had equipment. So, he had a hand axe, he had a bow, he's got 17 arrows left. Hang on a sec. He's got 18 arrows. The one that it hit the ground near a reader, as opposed to hitting a reader, is still viable. Hide armor, and a small pouch tucked away under his armor.
Well, I think I'll take some arrows in his pouch.
Are you taking the pouch for oneself, or are you going to announce what you find in the pouch and share it with the rest of the party?
I'll have a look in the pouch and see what's in there.
You are Rannick, who doesn't have PowerPoints.
No, I don't.
That's the other one.
I'll just take the pouch and hook it on the belt,
Okie dokie.
and I'll stock up with arrows. I'll fill my quiver to a full 20 and say, anyone short of arrows?
Yeah, I can use a few sometimes.
I'll hand out arrows to those that want them. There are 15 left after I've taken the ones fill my quiver.
I was just going to say I'll pop them on the party sheet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not going to be hiding putting the pouch on my belt. I'll just put the pouch on my belt.
Yeah. Let's try that again.
Hey, what was it with the pouch? Goodfellow will say, wonderingly.
Oh, I'm trying to dump it on the wrong bloody page. No wonder it wasn't adding.
What was in the pouch?
Yeah, man.
Couple
We
of
gotta
gold,
collect intelligence on these bad guys.
couple of gold, some coppers.
So there's arrows on the party sheet if you want to help yourselves.
Some uppers and some PCP. What did you say?
Couple of gold, some coppers.
He meant a couple of gold coins and some copper
Silvers.
coins. Silvers. Yeah, I wasn't going to correct you when you said coppers. I know what was there, but anyway.
Oh no, the police are coming. It's a popo, run.
Goodfellow's gonna tether up the fox trap. That's gonna come in good in case we ever need to torture some fae. 'Cause it's iron, right?
No, that's cold iron he's thinking of. Rannick is going to gather up some deadwood and set a little pyre at the edge of the edge of the lake.
Yep.
And burn the corpse.
Okay.
Yeah, there used to be fish in that lake, but not anymore.
Kevin, in case you didn't realize that the arrows that you put into the inventory, those are packs of 20.
Yeah, I know. There's no individuals, is there?
Yeah. So I'm just going to increase my arrow
Be my
count
guest.
appropriately, and
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, so I noticed that when I remember doing it. It was like, oh, that's actually a pain the way they've done that.
Yeah. When I bought all of my gear, I was like, why am I overloaded? There's no way I should be overloaded. No, I have 20 packs of arrows, not 20 arrows.
Yep. I'm trying to work this one out. So, let's work this one out. So you came from there to, to there, to there, to there. Yeah, okay. It's your first night's camping. I couldn't remember.
So are we setting up camp?
You've been walking for you've travelled for 8 hours and obviously spent some time at the camp and stuff here and there. So I would say the days I would say you're probably camping.
Yeah, I'll make sure I set the pyre so it's upwind, and we're not going to get burning hobgoblin scent to go with our evening meal.
I think it might be a two.
Where do we all go?
So yeah, they used to be fishing the lake a long time ago, but not anymore. I
that looks
don't
better.
think. Might be coming back though.
So I presume we're going to set watches.
Aye.
By all means, please set watches.
I only need 4 hours of meditation a night, so I'm happy to take my watch.
You make a camp. No, I have no idea why you suddenly went to the other side of the lake to make camp, but that's the only map I've got. So
We didn't go to the other side of the lake. We just found a little inlet.
yes, yes, that would make much more sense.
Or the camera just panned 90 degrees.
Good fellow, that does realise that nobody else here but me speaks Goblin. He says he'll take third watch.
What the hell is he talking about?
Well,
I'll take.
Goodfellow and Rannick are having a chat in Goblin, it would appear.
Right.
But they and me should take midnight watch, seeing as we can see it dark. You've got low light vision, not dark vision. But there'll be starlight, so you can see with low light vision.
Well, I'll take the middle of the night. Thank you very much.
Oh, all right. Speak for yourself.
I'll take the last watch. I'll take the last watch.
All right, then I'll take first watch and make sure he's burnt to crisp and nothing spreads after.
Doing 3 watches.
Well, how many watches? There are only 3 watches. And third watch is last watch. I thought I wanted dibs on that.
I'll take the watch.
You're the daft aper.
There's 6 of you, so you can share.
Exactly. 3 watches, 2 people per watch. You can have sparkle tips.
I'll watch with you, good fella. I think I got better eyesight than you do, probably.
Yeah, I'm just a human.
If Britain stumps you up the other night, that leaves me and Bert for now.
Indeed, two each. I think you guys could just type the numbers into the watch order, you know, so you can. I wasn't sure.
No, we can't.
At least I
We
know
can't.
that. You can't. Okay, so that's terrible. So Goodfellow wants third. Bert
The marching
wanted.
formation still does psychedelic stuff.
Bert wants to do. Which first, second, or third watch, Bert?
Bert will go wherever he's told.
Okay, is running? Is it? Oh, is it Jelsa and Goodfellow on third watch? Is it?
Yeah.
Rannick and
Dondrad and Arena both wanted to do the midnight watch.
which? Well, that if you assume it's 8 o'clock till midnight now. Well, it's. I suppose they're going to be. It'd be 3-hour watches, I suppose, because that gives you 9 hours of kit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that leaves Bert and Rannick on the first watch.
Bert and Rannick on the first watch. Arena and Dondred on the second watch. There we go. Right.
Bloody hell, elves and dwarves living together.
Okay.
Next up will be dogs and cats.
Aye.
How do I do a whisper?
Snookums looks up and looks over at the fox and looks
Slash-
back and shakes his head and just lays it back down.
/W, then start typing the name of the person you want to whisper to, and then just press tab because it will auto-complete normally, and then you can type the message.
Who shook his head at the fox?
No, it's because I'm trying to whisper the GM.
Oh, in that case, it's /W space GM space message.
Or right click on the tower, it's got it as an option.
Has it really? I did not know that.
Used to have, certainly, unless they've
Yeah, if you right click on the tower, you've got a whisper GM option and it puts /W space GM in.
Tokyo, is the have I actually shown the tower? I don't think I have.
I've got the tower, but it's not letting me. It doesn't have the.
Dice Tower is on now. I don't know what I've done
You
with
should.
it. I'm going to close all the windows. I can't see 'em. I'm going to close all my windows because I can't see it. Oh, I know why I can't see the tower. tower is on always, but as a GM, I have to turn on show GM rolls, and then the tower appears as if by magic. The tower appears, and then I can move the tower to where I want to keep it. Now you might be able to right click on the tower. Right click on the tower for whisper.
No, I'm not having a problem with it. I'm getting unlock position and reset. So how do I right click on it to whisper?
I don't think you can, so I think you just have to type.
No, weird, because I can right click on it and it gives me whisper.
See, I've tried that 3 times and I keep getting whisper recipient not found. It's just /back, or do you have a apostrophe there first?
I have an apostrophe there, so it wasn't I had it as an apostrophe, so you could see what it was without. Because if I hadn't put the apostrophe in, I put that worked. Yeah, I just got a whisper from Goodfella. Yeah, that worked. I just got a whisper from you. Oh wait, I do get a ping now when people whisper me. Isn't that helpful? Actually,
Okay.
that's something new to Unity. It didn't happen in Classic, and obviously 15 years of Classic. 15 years of Classic and a few months of thingy. Yes. Anyway, okay, so well. Okay. So, let's have some fun, shall we? Fun being a debatable word. What I need notice checks from Dondrad Arena and Arena's Fox, which I think I've still got on the combat tracker, so I can do right now to save you having to.
I've already got him open.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take your roll instead of my roll.
Why has that not changed the name?
It's because on the combat tracker, I suspect.
Have I got a chance to get rid of my fatigue? Anyway.
Yeah, you should do by morning.
This is just a test. Yes, the name's changed now.
Ooh, that's interesting. Script execution error. Fast test main.lua.
Did I make the error?
No. I think every time every time I drop a dice on the tower, I get a console error, but it's the fast test extension that's doing it. So okay, Irina got a 4, Dondra got a 1.
Yeah, I haven't actually rolled.
Hey, according to the arena sheet, she's still wounded.
She is. She'll have to use magic to heal herself by this point, I suppose.
Oh,
Amber,
did
you
I don't have any magical healing.
Nice.
No, maybe the cleric that she's on watch with will notice that she's wounded.
I haven't got magical healing.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did.
But you can heal yourself by
No,
magic.
just you'll need magic to heal you.
I must have misunderstood you. Yes.
All right. Does she need magic or a bandage?
She does need magical bandaging, yes.
Let's try the bandage. Yeah. You're supposed to leave a scar.
Wow, nice healing.
It's a wee scratch.
Okay, so you did have 4 hours kept, didn't you? So your fatigue is gone before you're woken up for second watch, and then you notice that Irina's been hiding some injury, and you make her feel a little on the more comfortable side. Right. In the meantime, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4, isn't it? Okay, because the dice exploded. I've lost what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So, okay. Okay, but it's quite a in athletics. Okay, And you are going to target. You are going to target. Yep. And then you get a +2 on your. That's interesting. Oh, there it is. I just couldn't see it for looking. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. To make you vulnerable and shaken. And
Nobody's got deflection.
raise, that means he's bound, which is all very well. And then the next turn. Okay, so that's at this point. I imagine Goodfellow won't. I think Goodfellow would possibly notice, but unfortunately, before he gets a chance to react, we'll just bite him.
Don't we have to take all the effects from the previous combat off?
Yes.
Yeah. All the deflection goes.
Well, be very careful not to take off your dark visions until I redo all your abilities later. Okay, the large snake that's constricting you, Goodfellow, tries to bite you but doesn't pierce your skin. Obviously, the fact that you are being constricted and it's very hard to breathe makes you wake up and realise you're completely bound with a giant moor snake completely wrapped around you.
How long has it been since the last combat, please?
3 hours. So 15 power points back.
That'll be the lot then.
And you can take the protection off Jelsa too, because she cast that the last combat.
I thought I had. Oh yes.
I struggled to my feet.
Well, you're bound, so at the moment, right, first things first, you do recover from being shaken. Don't forget that waking people up by shouting very loudly is a free action. To get to your feet, you are going to have to make an athletics check or strength check at -2, because at the moment you are completely constricted head to foot by a constrictor snake, basically.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'll yell. I'll cuss. I'll yell ever so politely, as propriety demands. I'll be like, "Hey, the giant snake has got me." Oops. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to run into a tree or throw myself on the ground really hard, whatever is closest, in the hopes to damage the creature that's constricting me.
Like I say, before to do those, you are actually going to have to break free of its constriction, because it's literally wrapped around you, pinning your arms and legs to your side at the moment. So it's a.
I know, but I think I should be able to throw myself to the ground.
You were lying
already.
You were asleep on the ground. Basically, everyone who was on watch completely failed to notice the snake come slithering up. I then randomly rolled for which of the sleeping people it attacked. Unfortunately, it went for you. It then basically made an athletics check to constrict you, got the raise, which means you're totally bound by it. So you wake up to find yourself basically staring down the maw of a snake almost as big as you are. Completely wrapped around you.
As a man that sleeps alone a lot, I would have noticed that something was cuddling around me, especially, but I'm gonna go with it.
I know, but it's the nature of Gabriel's
I will yell
reality.
for help.
Yeah.
Since you're controlling me, you're ramrodding me into the situation. The only thing I can do is yell for help, and I'm gonna yell for help, and I'm gonna do the worm. Am I at least allowed to do the worm?
Like I said, strength check at -2 or athletics to basically break free.
Or rolling to the fire.
Yeah, you could roll it to the fire, which again, but actually, when you're bound, you can't move, can you? All you can do is break free.
Yeah.
if you weren't bound, then I would have allowed you to do any of the things you suggested, but unfortunately it bound you rather than just actually. Okay, so I'm afraid. Yeah, be my guest.
That's an extra -2 because you're at -2 for being bound anyway.
That's okay.
Oh,
Okay, you're fine. You actually completely break free of the snake.
Having once been a slave and a slaver, Tessa's got a thing about getting tied up.
Okay.
And not a good thing.
No one's a heavy sleeper.
Not like you British and your weird tying each other up kind of ways.
Righty
What is a British thing?
Hey, so square bracket.
Culture of BDSM, you know. I mean, okay, some of us like it, but it's not just the British.
So square brackets was dealt the black joker again. It would appear.
I got the red one.
You did indeed.
I want square brackets' look, whoever they are.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, obviously none of you have any hard of hearing hindrances or deep sleeping hindrances. Therefore, you are all very much woken up by Goodfellas' very polite expletives about a snake trying to kill him. And obviously, Rannick, you get to go first because you have the Joker, or obviously go on hold if you so wish.
Well, I've taken all my armour off because obviously none of us would be sleeping in armour.
You can, but you suffer a point of fatigue.
I know, but Rannick's not stupid enough to sleep in armour, even with his strength smart to D4.
Yeah. But
I'm guessing his bastard sword is close by enough that he can draw that.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably is.
Yeah. Stomp over here. I'm trying to bloody sleep. Will you keep it down? And I will then smack the snake with my bastard sword.
Okie dokie.
Is that enough to take the bugger out?
No. I'm afraid you smack at it hard. It gets out. It basically slithers out of the way, barely avoiding your attack.
Okay.
Which I need to. You're probably. There we go.
Bastard.
What did you do? You did do a wild attack, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah, because it looked like... Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I think the Morsake is going to turn around and bite you, Rannick, as you try to hurt it.
Well, if it's constrictor, it won't be venomous.
Indeed it isn't, but it can still give a mean bite, it would appear. Shaking you.
Yeah, I know. I've been bitten by a snake.
Okay, that brings us to Jelsa.
Well, Jelsa don't want to fry this because it might have a shiny skin she can turn into boots so she can come over.
I don't want to fry it because I want its skin for boots. You hit it. You shake it.
And then I can back up a little bit.
Be my guest. And then I suspect it's Mr. Burt.
Hey guys, let's not kill this thing. We are in his territory. He's just trying to find lunch, okay? We just need to try and scare him off. Bert's going to step over here, and he's going to start assisting Goodfella in breaking loose.
Goodfella did break loose, sorry, because he got the raise.
Oh, he's completely loose?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got completely loose, he got the raise. Because a success would downgrade it to entangled, but success it breaks completely free.
I didn't hear the raise part.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
In which case, and you said it's a big constrictor snake. They don't swim usually. Bert is going to attempt to...
do, don't they? Sorry.
Do they?
I
Okay. Regardless, Bernie's
one
going
probably
to
doesn't.
attempt to grab the snake and toss it away.
Okay. I mean, you make a common knowledge check, but you reckon it's. Oh, don't worry about the opposed thing. You reckon it's a giant moor snake, which most certainly wouldn't be able to swim, as far as you know. Oh, well, it probably won't drown, but you know what I mean. It'll probably get out of the water, but it is not its natural habitat.
Sure. The important part is that it's over there. So I'm going to use my athletics to. I guess I'm kind of grappling, kind of doing other things. I will Benny that.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at your failure. I was laughing at the.
No, I was laughing at my failure.
That was a good one. it's a more snake. Good fella thinks less snake is better. Okay, you can distract it, make it vulnerable, and you. Well, it's already shaken, unfortunately, but you did get the raise on it. Actually, doesn't it make it do both if you get both? No, you just choose one and shake it, don't you, without creative combat?
Yep.
And creative combat doesn't be a thing in Pathfinder, which is a shame, really. Or is it?
Don't think it is.
Oh no! Creative combat Pathfinder for Savage Worlds.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, I'm turning that on next week. Next week, I'm turning it on now.
Then I will make it vulnerable.
Let's make it vulnerable, and I will give. As I didn't realise, do you wish to? Well, it's already shaken. So why don't you roll on the creative combat table, Bert, for it? There you go. To see what you do to the snake. Oh, for God's sake, those bloody bots. Oh, well, you shook it, which it was already. But anyway. Okay, you basically... And let's say you chuck it over there. Shaking the snake and... Schnookums going to do much?
Schnookums is going to come up and play with this string that's on the ground. Basically, he's going to do the same thing that I just did. He's going to smack it, trying to get it over into the water a little bit more.
Okie doke.
Goodfellas is going to be a little, so how's that watch going?
Oh!
Snookums gets a Benny.
Schnookums gets a Benny. Schnookums now has 4 bennies. I'm going to say that Schnookums splats it over there. Good fella.
I'm going to go over there and kill that snake.
Go for it. Even if you walk past round Schnookums, you can just walk up to it and smack it hard, I'm sure. You hit the snake.
Just chop off its head so I can have boots.
That's one dead moor snake. Smack.
Boots for all the ladies. And purses for the men.
Okay. Why is... Oh, right. Yeah, you were shaking.
But he was just... Oh, come on, guys. We don't need to kill everything, do we?
I got room. Anything that tries to kill me, I got to kill back. I don't know. It's like a golden rule kind of thing. Do unto others as you would have done unto them. So
no, I totally agree with that.
Kill me, I kill it back because that's the agreement we have.
Totally agree with that.
I want to get me sleep.
So
Right. Stomping back to his bedroll, cleaning and sheathing his bastard sword, and lying down.
Indeed. Well,
Amber, enough.
Bunch of murder hobos.
So if since you're awake anyway, good fellow, do we want to take our watch now?
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be falling back to sleep anytime soon with this crew.
Ooh, what was that survival for?
I'm not upset. I'm just a little disappointed.
Well, yeah, you. Oh yeah, no problem at all. Irina skins the snake very efficiently.
I will give the meaty bit to the fox and the skinny bit to Jalsa.
Okie dokie.
Hearing
And on my while I'm watching,
Give it
I
all to
will,
the fox.
Mike opens one eye and says, "Save some of them steaks. He'll cook for breakfast."
All right. I'll give some of it to the fox and cook the rest of it for breakfast.
Okie dokie. Well, the fox is. Amber's very happy with that, and is quite content.
Goodfellow will stick into a moment here to try and lecture everyone, even though you're all going to sleep, about the importance of watching during watch.
I already
What do they
said
call it? Watch.
sorry.
It all begins with a W. Watch, watch, watch. Watch.
Yeah, it's just good fella. You know how he takes a while to come up with words. Okay, well, the second watch passes uneventfully, and the third watch begins, and you swap around. Yep,
Good.
Third watch is Bert and Jelsa.
yeah,
good
and
fella,
I'll be
Joseph.
tiptoeing around the outside of the camp because I can see it a little bit in the dark.
Third watch is good. And we stayed up ever since the attack because Goodfellow's got a trust issue thing going right now. And actually, having been snuggled by a snake in the middle of the night makes him unlikely to go back to sleep again tonight.
Indeed.
He feels he feels a little violated. Violation.
Can I have a notice check from Goodfella, please?
Please let me miss something.
Bloody hell, Jelsa! How do such small feet make so much noise?
Shh! You're gonna wake everybody up.
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Thank you very much. You don't know with the gnome skipping around and everything. You keeping watch, good fella. You don't see anything happen for the rest of the night, which is a good thing because nothing does appear to happen. When morning comes, and you'll start waking up. I'll just try to think out of these. Where did that one? I think we shall have some. Well, let's have some fun. So there's 4 of you left who are asleep at the moment, aren't you? So number 4, right, 1, 2, 3. Bert is the first to awaken in the morning from the watch last night.
By this time,
I know.
Jelsa's over poking sticks in the fire.
Okay, Jelson's poking sticks in the fire.
How would you like it if the fire pokes sticks at you?
Over to
Fire.
She's making fireworks.
So
She likes
Bert.
to bang the sticks against the wood, and she makes
Bert.
little sparklies.
It's fire. It eats wood. I'm feeding it.
So, Bert, you wake up. You look around the camp, and you see that everything is still where you left it. You do notice 1 or 2 things you may or may not find surprising, but yeah,
No surprises.
that's absolutely fine. D3 now. Who's going to be? That will be Arena.
I would already have been awake. I'm an elf. I sleep. I don't
Oh, okay.
sleep at all.
Okay, well in that case that would be Rannick then. But anyway, that's what basically Dondrad the dwarf is going to be the last one to awaken.
Well, Rannick is going to smirk, and then Rannick is going round behind this bush, and there'll be noises.
Dondrad, when you wake up, Dondrad, when you wake up, everything in the camp seems quite as normal. You seem to notice that over here somewhere there seems to be this bush seems to be to making strange guffaw noises, and other people seem to be casting sideways glances as you wake up.
Lovely.
Sorry.
Make sure that the wind direction is favourable.
So
It's
breakfast is relatively straightforward, except
snake.
Dodger, do you still notice that people seem to give you the odd sideways glance through breakfast? Every so often, as you look down on your food, you seem to notice there seems to be some sparkly things that just keep appearing in your food.
Is my beard okay?
It's a bit hard. As you look down at your beard and give it a proper examination, it looks absolutely fine. It's positively sparkling. Lots of notes of...
I'm sparkles. I mean, is it sparkles? I can't have sparkles.
Well, your beard is reflecting light in a myriad of different colours.
I can't have a illuminated beard. That's not fair.
And as you look around, Chelsea's over on the ground rolling around laughing her ass off. You go, wow, you have such a sparkling personality this morning, Don Red.
It's supposed to be a sad place. It's not Lake Torag anymore. It's Lake Doskmere.
You know how long it takes to comb that stuff out of your beard, Gondrad? You can thank me later.
But then I have to paint it again, and then I have to put the rings back in.
Well, I'm sure it'll wear out, like glitter always does in a year or two, or when your beard grows out.
I have no idea where. I have no.
I'm not changing my. I'm still Warhead. I'm not changing my name to Dorad Clitterface.
I have no idea where I remember reading this from, but many years usually put the glitter on there reminds me. So basically, apparently, a mother of a couple of young children one day was off to the doctors for a routine smear test and all that, and she'd finished having a bath and everything, and just decided, was drying herself off. She grabbed the nearest cloth and dried herself off, and then when she got to the doctors and obviously assumed the position, the female doctor said, "Oh, you really made an effort today," and just smiled at her strangely. When she got home, she realised she'd dried herself with a towel. The children were covered in glitter.
There was a great meme going around at the beginning of the pandemic. They're trying to explain how the virus spreads. It says, for nerds, you're at the Ren Cent. You've got 10,000 people. 10 of them are dressed as fairies spreading glitter. How many people go home with glitter on?
Very good.
A friend of mine said everybody, and then she goes, "Oh no, because once you get home, you're spreading glitter to your friends, everybody who sits in your car."
Well, anyway, yes, indeed, this is it, isn't it? But so basically, the dwarf's going to be big. I have to admit, actually, when we went on our honeymoon, we came back and it was very nice. I think my sister had done it. She'd covered the bed in heart-shaped, sparkly confetti. It was very nice. It looked very nice, and the flowers, and then the whole bed was covered in, red, silver, red gold, reflective red metal hearts. Except for the next 5 years, we kept finding them.
Where were you?
I got them.
Everywhere on the floor, you know what I mean. We'd pull.
Yeah, that's right. I know the very ones, because when I got married, they filled up the bridal suite with them all over the place.
Yeah.
And when I went in, when I went to breakfast the morning after, they were all over the hotel lobby and everything. People were walking them back and forward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still finding the wedding dress about a year later.
Oh yeah, it was a good 3 or 4 years. It was, I think the last one we found was 5 years after we got married that we found the last one, and it was in the front.
Yeah, they did that to me as well. I walked into the bridal suite and it was filled with metal love hearts.
Yeah,
everywhere, like up to about a foot deep. The bed, everything.
Oh, we didn't have it that bad, fortunately. But anyway, let me see now. You don't need the forest. You don't need the
I
lakeside.
didn't feel so
you don't
bad
need
about
Camp Lake.
paying the hotel bill because it must have cost them a fortune to get it all out of the carpets. I mean, it was everywhere.
Okay, you're heading to T. I do believe T is the elder, isn't it?
Oldest tree and forest is closest place. I suggest we go there first.
I agree.
Hollow's Last Hope GM version is C. Yeah. Okay. So it takes you. Well, actually, it's going to take 10 hours to get there. So that'll be another. You're going to have to camp because other people. Not everyone walks as fast as you. You can sort of. You could go a lot. If you consider that's 8 hours travel to there, that's your day 2 walking through the woods.
Yeah.
See if it is a nice, quiet, or eventful day, and I don't appear to have my deck of cards. I've lost my deck of cards. Where's my deck of cards gone?
You've not desktop, have you?
What's off? There it is. There we go. Yep. The whole of the second day passes uneventfully. On the third day, 2 hours to there, 4 hours to there. Obviously, it's frustrating for you having to traipse at slower speeds for. I think Bert, Rannick, and Arena are probably all able to walk twice as fast as the others.
Arena's face, she's not bothered by woods.
No.
Bert's bothered by, Bert and Rannick aren't bothered by any terrain, are we?
Both got wilderness walk. So the dense.
Actually, the druid does not get wilderness walk.
Do you not?
Doesn't he?
Oh.
I thought he did.
I'll check again, but I don't think so.
Maybe it's an upgrade. Could be a mistake on my part. Druid. Wilderness strides. You pass through terrain such as dense forests, rocky hills, or desert sands with ease. You ignore penalties for
Oh,
difficult
look at
ground.
that! It's over there. Okay, I guess because it was on the other column, I didn't look at it. My bad.
No, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so the dense trees and thick brush of the forest give way, seemingly parting in respect for the titanic dark wood that dominates the clearing, several times taller than a temple minaret. In one direction, the obviously ancient tree reaches into the sky with branches like a giant's arms, while in the other it plumbs the earth, with its roots thicker than a man's waist. Its limbs are broad and strong, and its bark is thick and so richly coloured as to almost be black, and its leaves the size of bucklers. The giant thing is less a tree and more a cathedral of bough and branches.
So we need moss, eh?
So
Yeah.
So yes, this is for those of you who appreciate all things woody and all that. It is quite some spectacular thing.
It's a bloody nice tree, that.
Was so eloquent.
But
I can see it.
But you do know you do know a bit of lore of this land, and the druids who once guarded this forest, they were for some reason, I think they died out long ago. They claimed that this entire Darkwood forest all grew from the roots of this tree. That's what they claimed or believed, anyway.
Well, that's a strange belief, but okay.
So the Darkwood tree has a trunk, has a diameter of 10 yards, but it's got low, easy to climb branches extending from the trunk in every direction.
All right. So, Bert, you're a druid. You know about this sort of thing. Where are we going to get the moss from?
North side between the barks.
Right. Well, let's get some then, says Ranik, striding up to the tree.
Years. I'm just trying to
I'm going
find.
to walk around the tree admiring it.
Oh, hang on. I think I did actually. Please tell me I did.
You did? No idea what it is, but obviously you did.
Oh, I bet you I did.
Should have
Maybe I
brought a
did.
mirror.
No, that's that. Oh, bumps. Swizzle, double.
Hey, bumps.
Okay, hang on a second. If I go... I'm just going to have to do this. If I go... So, okay.
Oh,
there's some...
Jessler's climbing the tree already.
Okay. Okay, who... Oh, Jess has climbed the tree. Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, I don't think the peep jokes are at the tree.
Bestiary. Modules. Bestiary tokens. Let's just take the lot. But if I copy that and then go back...
There's a monster in the tree, isn't there?
Yes. Well, no, there isn't anymore.
Oh, it's not in the tree anymore.
No, it's not in the tree anymore.
So either Jelsa's scared it out, or it's come out of the tree with Jelsa.
Apparently, when you enter the glade, it's hiding amidst the tree's leaves and branches near its trunk. It automatically gets surprised, which I think is quite unpleasant.
Ooh.
When you get near the tree trunk, which you've just described because you were planning to climb it, it pounces.
Ooh.
So I'm just seeing if I can actually find the real token for it, just because I want to. And after all that of copying in all the real tokens, it's obviously not in the original bestiary, so we won't have it. But anyway, if we pretend that this fighter here that's wearing heavy plate mail armor is Jelsa, this is pretty much what's being attempted right now.
Oh. Some kind of lizard snaky thing is giving you a hug.
Okay.
See, you guys killed that snake last night, and now his brother has decided to come and get vengeance. This is why you can't just walk around killing everything, guys. You have to start thinking about what you're going up against.
Yeah, so it wraps around, and the blades on the back are like chainsaw blades, and as it wraps around, it cuts them.
Okay,
like a chainsaw.
So it's going to... Right, so what I need to do, first things first, is I need to go to my... Not unfortunately included with the adventure, because they're really nice maps. Then I need to add the party to the map, like so, and you're all sort of around this area here for argument's sake. So we'll just do that. And then we'll put Jelsa beginning to climb the tree over here, because I think that looks like the closest one. And then we'll put the big and evil Mr. T on Jelsa, like so. And then we will attack Jelsa. Missing. We'll try that again, because we're pouncing. I don't know about you, but that 6 wasn't a 6. It was a cocked dice. Okay, so it pounces down on Jelsa, landing on her and really biting her very hard. Whoops. 5 wounds. I haven't turned damage cap on, which is definitely meant to be turned on as standard, so that is actually only 4 wounds, so let's take it down to 24. Seven. Yeah. Damage cap should be on. Conviction should be on because this is Pathfinder.
I'll take the 3. That's what she gets for running in. Was better when my people lived in the land of no consequences, really.
Indeed. Okay, so that's the surprise round dealt with. Now we deal cards for initiative, and Bert gets the Joker.
Bert is going to cast Entangle on this Tazzleworm.
Oh, I'm impressed by your pronunciation. I didn't know how to pronounce it.
They're a German thing, aren't they? Tazzleworms.
They are actually, yeah. Alpine legends describe the Tazzleworm, clawed worm in German, as a giant salamander lacking rear legs and sometimes exhibiting a feline head. Throughout the Middle Ages, people believed in these creatures because of a proliferation of corroborating descriptions and later artistic depictions. Even Marco Polo described the beast in an account of his travels. Although far less common than centuries ago, sightings of Tazzleworms are still reported today. So there you go.
I will add the fatigue and toughness to this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so you successfully cast it, which is his instant
Yeah, I
fatigue.
think I'm going to try for, since I've got the Joker bonus, I think I'm going to try for the raise.
Okay,
Nope, not going to happen.
so that's just toughness. That he's he's entangled by toughness 8. Yeah.
Oops, not bound, entangled. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I put the wrong one on there.
No, you made it tough as well, so it's hardness 10, isn't it?
Yeah, but I put the bound one, not the entangled one.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Did you do select it? Oh, hang on, no, it's only a single target, isn't it? Without error of effect.
Yeah, by default it's a single
It's
target.
single target, yeah. Okay, you basically. So is that just basically leaves and.
Yeah, the branches and everything else that it was just hiding in, trying to grab a hold of it to try and hold it in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then Snookums is going to come darting over to kind of help Jelsa. Going to use, what are we going to use? Let's use athletics to kind of just bat it around a little bit to distract it.
Go for it. I have targeted it for test purposes. Okay, well, Snookum shakes it and makes it vulnerable.
And that will be our turn.
Okay, that brings us to Rannick.
Rannick is going to ready his shield, draw his bastard sword, and look over at Bert and say, "All right then, Bert, dost thou mind if I killed it now?" And go over and hit it with the bastard sword anyway, regardless of what Bert has to say. Let's try and make it as dead as we can, as quick as we can, because it looks nasty.
What's it got?
So it's like an attack worm, like a Linnorm?
Okay.
Hang on. Why is it saying immunity?
Has it got an immunity?
No. Okay, I see what I've done wrong. I've done the immunity wrong. You have to put what it's immune to inside the brackets, don't you?
I think you do, yes.
Yeah. It has immunities, but it's not immune to everything.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend a belly to try and do better than 9 damage, I think.
What are we fighting?
We're fighting a Tazzleworm, which is basically a snake with arms and a bad temper.
Okay.
Okay, where is it? Special. Where is it? Scaly skin, biting, clawing, grappling. Immunity, there it is. Where's the description for immunity? So that should not be there. That should be there. That should do it. I'll look that one up later. Okay, it's not immune. So that will be a wound. It will spend one of its bennies to attempt to soak that, which it does.
No, it doesn't.
I'll spend a benny again then. Oh, I didn't see the -1 from the fatigue. Oh, hang on. I mean, there's no way you have a -2 for being entangled on soaking damage. I'm sorry. I will clarify that one, but to my mind, do you know what I mean? Maybe you do. Until
Yeah,
now.
well, if you can't twist out the way or anything like that.
Okay, then it's wounded. Arena.
Okay. Did you say it was entangled?
Yeah,
It is now, yeah.
that's entangled it with, but it's not fully bound. It's only partially entangled.
Ah, so if I entangle it as well, I might make it fully bound. So let's give that a go. There you go. Roots of this tree. Grab it.
You need the raise to make it bound.
Even though it's already entangled.
Yeah, if the rules for grappling and so on, if something's already entangled and you entangle it again, it becomes bound.
Okay, then it's bound.
Cool. Thank you. I'm trying to find the thing to end my turn, but I've moved the thing. Yeah, there it is. Got it. There you go.
Don't forget you. I'll assume your fox isn't doing anything either. So Jelsa is remaining shaken.
Can she, now that it's shaken and stuff, can she slide back down to the roots of the tree?
You can. You can also spend a penny to unshake if you want to, of course. But yes, you can just slide back down the tree. Yes. I mean, the two of you landed on the ground. That's possibly why you know what I mean. That probably did yeah, but you can back off, no problem at all.
Fox.
Yeah, you back off, no problem at all. Okay, the little worm's going to spend its last penny to unshake automatically. It's then basically not going to make any attempt to break free because it's bound and everything else. What it's instead going to do is breathe poison at Rannick.
No, that doesn't, says Rannick, and smashes it in the face with his shield, so the poison just kind of gets deflected back to it with the shield.
Is that counterattack?
No, it's not a counterattack. That was just me describing it failing.
Oh, I see.
Cheeky bugger.
I'm not sure if it actually has to roll.
Is it not a con effect?
Instead of making a biting or crushing attack against the grappled prey, because obviously, mind you, where did you get the D10 from?
I don't know.
Where did you get the D10 from? Sorry.
What D10? What D10?
The D10 I rolled for it because it had the D10 next to it, so... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Where's Hollow's?
But instead of making a bite or crushing attack against grappled prey, there normally you just roll your strength for damage against somebody that you got grappled. But it's not got me grappled, so it can't do it.
Make a poison attack on you, fair enough, so I'll retcon that then. And attempt to escape instead with an athletics check. Maybe that's what it was, an athletics thing.
Hmm.
No, I don't think this is going to live very long, is it? F11. 2 done dead warhead.
I will hold up my holy symbol and I will heal on Jelsa and put a cloud over her head. Or maybe not. See, that's what happens when you give me a sparkly bloody beard. God, you're like, what? Come on. 3 wounds.
You're healing, by the way. As a ranger starts.
No, it's not. It's a ranger spirit.
Is it spirit?
Yes, because I'm channeling energy.
Yes, I can't read.
It's a better for 2 wounds, though.
Yeah, it's just I noticed you read it down. Still down as touch.
I can't. I wouldn't let me change it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we could probably do with making another power that's healing channel energy clerics so that they get the extra 2 modifiers as well.
Aye.
Are you doing anything else, Mr. Healy Cleric?
That'll be it.
Gunilla is sort of weirded out by what's all going on. I've never seen a tassel worm before. And that makes him afraid. So he relies on his burgeoning magic powers. He's going to shoot a stun at it.
Go for it. It's never going to move again if you hit it with a stun. You do. You hit it with a stun. This thing is entangled, bound, and now stunned. Which is good. It makes sense, really. It is probably the nastiest thing you've met so far, so you want to hit it with everything you've got.
It does get to try a vigor roll first, so it's probably going to fail.
Didn't get the raise. Tell a lie. It's just it failed. Even on it rolled. Look, for crying out loud! It rolled a 9 and it counts as a 1 at the end of all of that.
Would have been a 3 because it only got distracted when it got stunned, but even so.
And we got a joker.
Rannick got the joker.
Rannick will perform a finishing blow. Don't worry, I'll leave the skin for your boots. In fact, I think as it drops to the ground stunned, Rannick will put away his bastard sword, pull out his flensing knife, slit its throat and start skinning it.
Is it shiny? If it's shiny, you can save it. If it's not shiny, you can save yourself the trouble. That looked like a kind of a dull, yucky color.
I think it is a bit of a dull, yucky colour, really, yeah.
Yeah, look how beautifully it's skinned.
I can make you a pair of boots. I'll make you a pair of boots.
That skin comes off in one piece.
You could probably make yourself a whole cape out of it then.
Tell the what, I bet there's some wizard to pay well for a tatzelworm hide. I'm keeping this. So who wants to get the moss?
Yeah, then I wouldn't exactly say they're. I wouldn't exactly say they've got. Oops. There we go. I wouldn't exactly say they got nice shiny skins. Okay, so, right.
So where are the dead bodies then?
There's got to be some around somewhere. Totally.
So did you say you were looking for moss around the tree?
Donbrad's looking for dead bodies.
Or dead animals?
Well, you can't see any dead animals or bodies down here. No.
Yeah, but it was up in the tree, wasn't it? What's up in the tree?
So, well, you'd have to climb up to have a look.
Well, if no bugger else is doing it.
I'll climb, but after the combat's over, my shaking comes off, right?
Yeah.
Elsa was going to climb it anyway, so she's not. Didn't learn a damn thing. She's going to head right back up.
Are you sure you're all right, Jelster?
Didn't she lose 3 wounds with a 12?
No, you think you'd only heal up to 2 maximum with a raise. Doesn't matter. Even if you get more raises, you don't heal more wounds.
Right, okay. Right.
Can I have notice checks from anyone climbing the tree and looking for bodies, or notice checks from anyone down on the bottom of the tree looking for moss?
Well, I'm climbing. Well, I was looking for moss, so.
Well, I'm doing neither. 'Cause I'm trying to sort my bloody beard out.
Okay, so I need to add. I need to create an item for the moss because there isn't one. Okay, so Highlands Last Hope, add moss item to Elder, Forest Elder, that should be. Oh my God. There's me trying to write, there's me drawing lines through it. There's a pen I can erase it, and I can just rub out the ink. Forest Elder. Okay, so that adds that, so that's useful. Next. Okay, up in, so yes, Bert, you find a small patch of elderwood moss. And apparently, yeah, and even the most unskilled hand can collect the growth easily, apparently. So you collect up a good, healthy amount of moss. Jels is obviously spending a penny. Jelsa and Rannick are up the tree, and you basically, as you're climbing up the tree, you notice that there are corpses. There are 3 corpses up here.
Lovely. Aye, hanging from banyan tree.
They appear to be human corpses. From their attire, you assume they were hunters.
Has they got the moss they need?
The bodies have been stripped nearly of all their flesh.
Lovely.
But you can see some equipment dangling from their skeletons.
Well, I'm going to shout down to see if they've got the moss they need, and if they have, I'm going to cut the skeletons free and let them drop to the ground, unless there's anything obviously delicate on them. And it have to be really obvious, because Rannick's not paying that much attention.
And this what? They've got, sorry, I was reading.
Something obviously delicate, like, vials of glass or stuff like that.
No, not that you can see, no.
In which case, as long as they've collected the moss already and the ground area's clear, Rannick is going to cut the bodies free so they drop down, and then poke Jelsa in the bit that's still wounded and say, I should get that looked at.
Okay. You cut the bodies, they collapse down to the ground, landing in a heap, bones scattering everywhere. After a bit of sorting out, you basically collect up the arrows and the bolts and the crossbows and the short bow and the ring and the 2 short swords. And I've added all the items to the parcel items. The short bow's particularly well made.
Oh, masterwork. Masterwork gives AP 1, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
I'm not bothered by that. I've got my composite bow.
Also, it also basically increases how much you can sell it for.
Anything fancy about the ring?
It's a signet ring. It's a signet ring with the image of a flaming hawk.
Rannick will hold it up and say, "Any bugger want this?"
Shiny.
All right.
Yeah, but it may belong to somebody, so I'll hold on to it for now.
Ryan, can you make a figure check, please?
Make a bigger check.
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're fine. It's just a branch hit you on the head as you were standing under the tree.
The Whomping Willow.
I'm going to look up. Any particular reason that branch might have hit me?
Yeah, the tree doesn't like you.
Not that you can see. It looks
And
like
he
it's just...
notices Delta over there giggling. Oh, my from you.
Oh, really? Well, I was pointing out you're still bleeding.
Blood.
It's not dog treats. It's tablets, you stupid dog.
All right, well, if nobody else... Hey, this is a good bow. Anybody wants it? If not, I'll have it. No? Going once. Going twice.
Sell to the man in the tusks.
Aye, I'll take it then.
Is that Bert healing Jelsa's injuries?
There's no food, is it?
Nothing. It's all gone very quiet.
We've been 4 hours so far, yes?
No, 2.
2. Do we reckon... Right, since we've got to get this cure back to Falcon's Hollow...
Oh, that reminds me. You've been camped out for 2 nights out now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So cleric's investments are worth £6. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, you're a priest of the Iron Lord, aren't you? Wearing armour's cleric vestments, isn't it?
I think you actually find cleric vestments don't exist in 1.2. I just forgot to delete them. They deleted some items to make more room.
I reckon we should go to the Dwarf Horse first, and then to the Witch's Hut and back to Falcon's Hollow, because it'll be a quicker route to get back with the cure as quick as we can.
How are you going to cross the river? You'll have to build canoes or raft
We'll
or
burn
something.
that bridge when we get to it. We can burn that bridge when we get to it.
Well, in that case, we can go around that way. It's still going to be probably quicker to go there and back round rather than over there and back.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. I'm just asking. That was all.
I was thinking we might be able to swim it.
I do believe the descriptions. Well, I shall have a look see, but I do recall saying something about there is something in the thing about crossing the river. So.
Okay. Well, where to next?
Check.
Does we want to go to Dwarf Place?
We do. We need the mushrooms.
Aye. Unless you're going to shit him out, Dondrad. Eating them out.
Don't know.
Well, you're the dwarf. You should be able to tell us about them.
I mean, the elder tree was quite easy to spot because it was a very big tree, yes. Finding the witches... don't forget, those are only approximates. There's no guarantee they're exactly there. So finding the witch's hut in the forest might be more problematic. And, yeah, so you may find that finding whatever it is you're looking for near the mountains might be easier to spot from a distance. It's up to you which way you want to go, though, of course. Doesn't matter.
No, I vote for mountains.
Okay, if that's what you say.
Well, that's what I say. I'm voting for.
It doesn't make
Nobody else has to.
We're going to have to do both eventually anyway. It doesn't really matter which way we do it.
I reckon it'll be quicker to go to mountains first and then find Witch's Place all the way back.
Has everyone? Are you leaving the remaining equipment that you found?
What else? Sorry.
It's on the party sheet.
Oh, sorry.
On the party inventory.
I took a crossbow. I take it that the bolts in the quiver is actually packs of 20, or was that 10?
No, it's literally 9. It's individual bolts in a quiver. They're not packs of 20.
All right, okay.
So if you took 1 bolt, you have 1 crossbow bolt total. And that's why if you actually open up, you'll notice the weight of them is 0.1 because they are individual bolts. It's not a pack of bolts. Because I noticed that, and then so they only sell them as bolts, and then in the adventures they're individual. When you find them, they're individual numbers. So I had to create a new item in the adventure for literally individual bolts. Basically, it's there's a crossbow, 2 short swords, and some arrows. Basically, arena.
Can't hit the side of a barn, but I took a crossbow because I don't have any range.
Which I did offer to anybody, but nobody wanted it.
Yeah, I know that.
I heard you.
I would take the crossbow, even if you don't have it. I mean, unless everybody's got a ranged weapon, I would take the crossbow.
Those are human-sized weapons, so Jelsa couldn't even lift them, probably.
Maybe logically you'd have. The short sword would be a 2-handed sword for you, wouldn't it? Basically.
No, can't they use any weapon? It's just they can't use heavy weapons.
Mm.
They can't use 2-handed weapons.
No, but it doesn't. No, but there is.
Anyone else?
When a gnome buys a longsword, they're buying a gnome-sized longsword. That's how it works.
Or they're crafting their own. The gnomes like to personalize their weapons.
Right, I suppose we would have to do different weapon sizes because suppose the barbarian gets a huge sword and shit.
So what got?
So. Do we want to go to the mountains?
I think the mountains are next, and I think our best bet is just head due west.
Ah, there we go. We've got the 4, so we're going.
So we're going to the Fallen City then?
Aye.
Yeah, so where the crags are, that used to be the Dwarven City of Trade. And of course, during the rendering, it fell in.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, and they renamed the mountain.
Right. What renamed it?
Dorset's Crag. And that was the breaking of the Dwarven people. Everybody gave up, went back to the Five Kings.
Light, medium,
Everybody
heavy.
turned away from Torag.
Oh, it was Torag, were it? In Torag, that dwarven bloke.
Yeah, Torag's the god of craftsmanship.
Torag. I always thought it was Torag.
Torag.
Well, he probably is a Torag because the bloody volcano erupted, didn't it?
Well,
renamed Dorset's the Fallen City. It was the dwarven god of toil, and everybody went home, and it fractured the state.
hang on. They renamed it for doing hard work, and all the dwarves buggered off. What does that say about dwarves?
Well, we went back to it, and the king couldn't hold the empire, and it split the clans.
Ah. Well, thanks for history lesson. And it's Torag, not Torag. I'll try and remember that.
The god, but when the state was created, this was the first democracy, and we'd have thought the god of humanity would have stepped in and solved the civil war, but he bloody well died on you, didn't he? So now the Age of Omens is lost.
Aye.
And nobody knows what's going to happen.
Well, he didn't exactly die on me. I'm not too sure about all these gods and that. I mean, aye, they're powerful and all, but what? Yeah, human god died and all. They're there, but I mean, why does they worship Gorham?
Gorham's the dwarven. It's a god of battle. It's basically if we can't win through craftsmanship or we can't win through humanity, we might as well just have a big fucking war and end it all.
Right. Okay. I mean, I'm all for punching things until they fall over and don't bother you anymore and that. But full-scale war.
Full-scale war, everybody dies, and then God sorts everybody out.
You see, I'm a firm believer in the phrase, today's a good day for somebody else to die. Well, shall us get going then?
Please, anything to stop this conversation.
Are you leaving the remaining stuff here? Because I'll just delete it out of the
Yes.
party sheet. There we go. Okay, so which way are you headed? It looks like it's 4 people voted for mountains. So it took you 2 hours to get here. So that's
Oh, what? There was a bard came to theatre in Sandpoint once.
4,
He had a song called Go West.
6, 8. So
Sure, it wasn't wear a vest.
okay, so basically,
It was definitely Go West. Together we will go our way. Together we will leave someday. It
Let's
rhymes and
check.
everything.
notice checks as you leave the forest and are able to see into the foothills of the around the mountain.
Rannick is clearly humming this song that the bard at Sandpoint.
Righty-ho. So, let's go. Let's just find. What have I got? No.
Well, I hope I'm not going up the top. That's 28,000 feet high. That is.
That'd be quite a climb, wouldn't it? Especially with your short leg.
And the 2 peaks, Anvil and Hammer, and the hammer exploded.
Is that the one that had volcano in it?
Yeah, it's got a cauldron. It still smokes. It hasn't. It's supposed to be stable now, but hey, it was supposed to be stable before it bloody erupted. But
Tell me what, you dwarves have bad luck, don't you?
Dwarven Citadel. Well, it was the finest piece of dwarven engineering. The magma falls. They drained the lava through the city, and a waterfall of lava fell through the city.
Wouldn't that be a little bit dangerous?
No, well, at the time it was okay, but then something happened, and the bottom of the drain valve blocked, and it filled up the city with lava.
So it weren't so much volcano erupted.
No, it erupted. It caused the earth shocks throughout caused a tidal wave as well.
You said a valve got blocked. So what you're really saying is, you dwarves decided to do plumbing with lava, and it all got blocked up.
Well, we don't exactly know. There's rumours involved that. There's rumours of a captured gold dragon was to blame.
Bloody hell! Dragons and volcanoes. We're going there looking for mushrooms made of metal. Aye, well.
Nah, the mushrooms are not made of metal. They grow in contaminated soil. So if when we when we're forging steel in the forges, you get that kind of slurry at the end when it gets dumped.
No, can't say that.
When the slurry goes into the soil, it causes mushrooms to grow.
Aye.
So it'll be somewhere near a dwarven forge is where you get the mushrooms.
But
there isn't any forges because the city felt, like I say, the crags is where the trade post was, and it fell in. I don't know how deep that hole goes. Apparently, the rumour is it goes all the way down.
Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? I think something's up. For some reason, my combat tracker just appeared out of nowhere.
What? That's annoying, really.
Yeah, it did. My combat tracker just jumped to the front of everything.
That's not annoying at all. See, this is why I liked the fact that I could hide it and add stuff on it in the past.
But it's all right. I critically failed my notice roll because I was having such an in-depth conversation with Dondrad, who also failed his notice roll.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just filling in time for you.
okay, so Dondrad and Rannick are surprised. Jilsa, you basically suddenly see very fast movement coming towards you on 8 legs. There's 2 of them, so it's 4 legs each. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it?
It's 2 half spiders.
What do you weird? You know that.
And where I am, I can see them.
You can definitely see that one, yes.
So
They literally basically seem to be... obviously, you spotted them, and they've spotted you. They don't appear to be, well, I say rapidly moving. They're not necessarily advancing towards you. They're just definitely watching you.
I'm just going to use a sling to try to scare one off.
Okay. Target one and use shooting rather than the combat tracker if you're just using it as a test, as it were.
I don't have shooting, I have throwing. That's why I'm using my sling.
That's what I meant. Yes, sorry.
Let me target him.
Which one were you going for?
The one directly ahead of me.
Yeah, why was it not?
It's not on either. They're not highlighting there.
No, they're not. I don't know what's going on there. Let's try that. Let's try that again. It's almost as if I managed to somehow drag the tokens from the combat tracker without them being tokens from the combat tracker. I'd love to know how I managed that.
Could have been Wolf too.
Yeah. So you're doing it as a test rather than an attack, or were you doing it as?
Just doing it as a,
Yeah.
to get them enough to, make them yelp and run away.
Yep. Do you want to make it? Yep. It's definitely you pinged it on the nose. Do you want to make it distracted or vulnerable as well as it were?
Distracted.
Okie dokie. That's wolf number 2 is distracted. That brings us to Irina.
How many are there?
2.
I can
Maybe one for me, Irina, and I could have a pet that I could ride.
Let's have a go.
There are 2, but if you can only see one because the other one is very well concealed.
No, well, if it's Wolf 3, I can see it by hovering over it, but yeah.
That's what I thought. I'll put the white wolf on the snow patch.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can befriend. Did that successfully befriend one?
Which one were you going for?
Let's say 3.
Okie dokie. Successfully disobeying commands. Some smarts. Beast for no works with natural creatures with animal intelligence, not humanized, and no effect of conjured or magical. But there is an option to do that. But you have to take that edge so that you do epic modifiers, don't you? And then you can do magical and mystical. That's really going to be annoying. Controlling 5 wolves, size 0, costs 5 power points. So if you're only going for one of the wolves, that's only going to cost you 1 power point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so wolf number 3 is neutral.
Thank you.
What's Amber up to?
Just staying out of the way. Just being sensible and, not getting herself in trouble.
Yeah, wolf number 2 got dinked on the nose. and is running away. But
Bert is going to shoot his bow in the direction of Wolf 3 to try and scare it away.
okay.
I already have it, but
Oh, do you? Yeah, you see me drawing back my bow, and you don't want me to scare it away?
no need. I hold my hand up to it and it sits down.
It will do, yes.
Okay. Then I guess we're done. Let's just keep going.
Wolf number 3 is sitting there patiently looking at you.
Did you want to ride, Jalissa? Jelsa?
Sure.
I will.
Sorry.
I'll move the wolf over so that Jelsa can have a ride. She does like rides.
Okay. Do you know, I can't remember a time. I'm sure it hasn't been the case, but I can't remember a time when Goodfella hasn't had a card with a 2 on it today.
I know, man. I'm like the cutest dude in the world.
Well, one wolf's running off. The other wolf has come down the slope towards Jelsa, and Jelsa seems to be jumping up and down all excitedly. You get the impression she's going to ride it again. So I'm not sure if there's anything to do at this point, but if there's anything you want to do, feel free to do so. So
Not is anything to do other than keep going?
indeed.
Yeah.
Basically, the wolf obeys your commands for the next 10 minutes. Obviously, you can maintain it for longer at the cost of 1 power point for another 10 minutes, if you want.
I'll let
Because
her.
what- And Jelsa's just going to ride it until it decides it's going to run away, and along with the party. She's not just taking it for a spin.
Okay. Oh,
I'll
yeah.
let her 20 minutes before I send it back on its way to wherever it lives.
Okay. No problem at all. You let it go, and it after 20 minutes of Jelsa running it around, it runs off to wherever it came from, which is absolutely fine. So, you have been traveling.
As it runs off, you see Schnookums kind of nod his head like, "Yep, I understand that feeling."
Okay, you've been traveling for about 8. You've been traveling about 8 hours at this point, so that will be included. That will be an hour after you let the wolves go away. So that's 5 power points for everyone.
Rannick would like to do a bit of foraging towards the end of the day, if that's possible.
Well, of course you can. Well, I'm just saying you can set up camp. You can set up camp here if you so choose, or you can press on. If you press on, you could probably get to the area where you believe your destination is, but that will probably take you another couple of hours.
I'll let those people with a weaker constitution make that decision.
You're one of the ones with the weakest constitution.
I'm not. I need only 4 hours sleep a night and can carry on for hours.
I was talking in terms of your vigour.
Oh, no, I'm talking with. I don't need rest. I'm not talking about how hard I can take.
For me.
If Jelsa starts getting tired, she'll climb up on Rannick's shoulder, and she will not ask permission.
The lighting update's broke your dark vision, by the way. It needs to be programmed back in now.
I can go as long as Rannick can walk.
Rannick will grab Jelsa by the scruff of the neck, put her back down on the ground and say, "I'm looking for food for every bugger here. Now, will you leave me alone?"
Just shrugs and walks away.
Do you know what?
Rannick reaches up and checks his hair for glitter and things like that.
I'll turn into something you can ride.
Oh, is that lovely?
You turn into a wolf.
I'll turn into a wolf for you. with a red pelt.
Okay.
Cool.
Survival can also be used to follow track. Survival for enough food. 5 people with a race. You find enough food for 5 people.
Yeah, I can feed everybody bar Jelster.
Indeed.
You don't have any glitter in your hair yet.
It sounds like then you're camping out here for the night.
I think that makes sense. Right, Rannick didn't buy rations on the grounds that he usually lives off the land.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody who else is short on rations, and I can feed 4 of you?
I didn't buy rations as such. What I bought was cheese and fruit, so I can supply cheese and fruit to supplement what you found and make it into more. And then we'll be able to eat from that.
Oh, who wants to not use rations?
Here's the deal. Jelsa doesn't have rations because it never occurred to her that, well, you know, she doesn't think about that stuff.
Okay. Who did buy rations?
I bought rations and I've ate rations.
Did anybody else buy rations? Sorry,
No,
Dongrad, you're eating your rations.
Well, like I said, I brought cheese and fruit. That'll turn it into enough, surely.
Probably,
yeah, cheese and fruit.
I imagine Bert's in the
buy a little bit. I bought a lot
the
of
same
cheese and fruit.
as a druid. He could probably make survival checks to live off the land himself.
Yeah,
So wait a minute. The elf brought fruit. Have you got any chips?
Chips. When you say chips, are you talking like English or American?
Yeah. Chips.
Potatoes.
Well, both are potatoes.
Potatoes.
No, I got cheese and dried fruit.
Nice big chips.
Where's
Boil
the
them,
meat?
mash them, stick them in the stew.
I do not have chips.
Where's the meat?
Where's the meat? I don't know. Did he get any meat? We got any
Where's, I met thee right here. We meet here. Back here at camp. Aye?
Did you kill anything when you were scavenging? Did he get any fresh meat?
Oh, I got a brace of conies.
There we go. We have rabbits.
Sorry, Bert. I mean, there does eat meat, doesn't there, Bert?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a difference between just randomly killing things and providing for yourself. I mean, it's all good.
Aye, well, I've got a brace of conies. I found some berries that I'm pretty sure are all right.
Let me check.
While you are,
Don't be daft, I know they're fine.
while you were out hunting, Rannick,
Mm-hmm.
you catch the glimpse of something glowing.
Okay, I will investigate it further.
Oh, you got the rays. You can see, well, as you recognise it as glow mold.
Okay, can I collect some of this glow mold? And how long does it glow for?
If you make a survival roll, we'll see how well you collect the glow mold.
Okay. You know what? I will Benny that because that would be not very well.
Oh, I'm afraid you destroy the glow mold. Unfortunately, it's obviously tainted this glow mold, and basically something's definitely wrong with it because basically but as you harvest it, it all stops glowing.
Now, I'll own up to what happened. I also found some glow mold, but I slipped, so all that's left of it, Rannick raises up the bottom of his left boot, is on bottom of my boot here. Here, sparkle tips. You like the look of that?
It wouldn't work if you crushed it.
If you, on average, it will that serve as a light source for a couple of days. If you collect it very well, it will possibly last up to 4 days. But I wouldn't worry. I mean, you don't need it anyway. You can see in the dark.
But not if you bloody well stand in it.
Well, you could see in the dark, except dark vision no longer works in the Savage Worlds rule set, so we've got to add it back in.
Anyway, I've got enough here. We can make a nice rabbit stew.
Excellent.
So right, well, anyway, so the night passes uneventfully.
I mean, I don't mind
Yeah,
eating stuff that's slightly gone off as well because it adds flavour. If it's a wee bit rotten, it's okay.
You dwarves are weird.
Right.
It's a well-known fact that even when you come on roadkill, as long as the eyes haven't clouded over yet, it's still good.
Okay.
Got
So
to have
everyone's
flavour to it.
everyone's
That's
had enough
that
time
rubbish
to
they cultivate.
regenerate all their power points. Okay. You advance through the foothills, and a sort of mid-morning, you notice that sitting squat at the foot of an imposing mountain, a ruined monastery comes into view between the ancient gnarled trees. That's interesting. So it's obviously quite close to the forest edge. It's made of simple stone blocks, worn smooth with the passage of time. The stout building is falling apart. Sections of the slanted shell roof have collapsed, and portions of the outer wall have crumbled. Weeds and wild fawn plants run rampant across the field leading up to the place, leaving only the slightest indication of a path that ends at the ruined front doors. Beyond, an overgrown yard sits in shadow.
Right.
That is where we shall leave it, because that's a good time to leave it before you enter the ruined monastery. But if there's any prep work you want to do, feel free to discuss now.
So, all we got to do is hope there's mushrooms there, aye?
Aye.
Right. That's all right then. We can get mushrooms. Place looks abandoned.
Me on the mushroom.
How many mushrooms do we need?
So,
Well, that's hardly exact, is it? Some mushrooms. Even if it were a handful, handful for me is very different to handful for Jelsa.
then we err on the side of getting too many.
Right. So every bloody mushroom we can find.
7 iron blood mushrooms.
7, okay.
All right. How big are these mushrooms?
Just mushrooms, I imagine.
Right. So it doesn't matter if they're big ones or little ones, as long as there's 7. That's fine.
I think it's one of those weird things about those certain. She called it hoodoo, didn't she? I think that.
It's a number.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. But hope you're still having fun. I certainly am. You guys are keeping me in stitches.
I'm quite liking Rannick, the thick Yorkshire Orc.
The fit Yorkshire Orc. Well, yes, indeed. So we shall leave it there. That's a good succession. I've got a fair few notes, and we found a few more issues, and we fixed those. I do dread the day when they release 1.3 of the PDF and they've written half the book, but that's my fault for basically jumping the gun and doing it early because I wanted to play it. Obviously, Keel's been making changes to Savage Worlds rule set, and in particular doing stuff that basically helps us out. So we've got quite a few things changed, and he indirectly broke Dark Vision, but that's okay because he broke that because Dark Vision is a thing in obviously the core rule set, but not in Savage Worlds. So he broke it. So now we need to unbreak it for Pathfinder. But anyway, we shall leave it there. See you guys next Tuesday, unless you're playing Sprawl Runners on Sunday.
See you next Tuesday.
And with a view to Saturday week, we will be playing Rippers. I spent the last 2... As soon as I finished Saturday's game, I started, and basically earlier today, I finished completely redoing the Rippers Player's Guide. So there's a proper Suede version now, as opposed to the one before, which seemed to be half Suede and half not. I'm not sure why. And it's all, in reference manual.
Cool.
I haven't done the GM section yet, but I'll probably do that next. But I did the player's guide because obviously I needed the player's guide to be done before I could build the characters. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing Rippers on the next Saturday game in June. And otherwise, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks very much.
Righto. Thanks very much, folks. Thanks, Kev, and good night.
Good night, one and all.